My bad, trying to get this camera right, but a little frustrated about all of these liberals, pushing their political agenda with the Mexican immigration or whatever. And, we as black people, my thing is, it's not our issue. And I get sick and tired of talking to black people, and they always make it, oh, I'm a Christian, oh, I'm human, and all of that. Where is your Christianity? Where is your humanity when it involves black kids? Because black kids have been separated from their parents for hundreds of years to the current day. It happens every single day. But now, all of a sudden, because the Mexicans are choosing to do what they're doing, that's their choice. Nobody's forcing them to do what they're doing. They're choosing to do it. Y'all want to jump on the white liberal media bandwagon, and all of a sudden, it should be the priority issue. Black kids are separated from their parents every single day over traffic tickets, court fines, things that are no faults of their own. Every single day. So why doesn't your empathy, or whatever you want to call it, your moral sensibilities, speak out on that? But all of a sudden, black people always want to, and it's not all of a sudden, we've been doing this for a long time. We want to save everybody else but ourselves. Mexicans are not coming over here to save black people. They're coming over here to compete with you and take what you have. They want what you have. So that's why they're down at the border and they're telling them same lies to get asylum, that they're being abused, they're being raped, they're being this, they're being that. When the Africans were doing it, nobody had any empathy for the Africans who do that, sell them same stories. When the Haitians were doing it, they sent them Haitians right back. And the Haitians were dying to get here, floating over here on inner tubes and makeshift rafts. And that's where the whole banana boat thing comes from. Y'all don't remember that? You had no empathy for them. But all of a sudden, y'all got all of this empathy and moral sensibility when it comes to Mexicans. I don't get it. I don't get it. Save yourselves for a change. You can't save everybody else. That's basic survival. You have to save yourself before you save somebody else. That's basic survival. But we don't get it. We do not get it for some reason. We just want to run around and try to save everybody else. And nobody can tell me why. I have empathy for them. I feel sad. Hey, it's horrible that they're separating kids. I don't want to see kids being separated from their families. I got 4 kids and a grandchild. I have more empathy than most people because I am a father. I am a parent. But when it comes down to me choosing my children's well-being over some people from another country's children, I got to choose my children. I don't understand where y'all get this from. Y'all putting Mexicans ahead of all of these other groups of people who have been here. And we've been here since the beginning. Since the beginning of this country, we have been here. Why are our issues always being pushed to the back? And it seems like every few months, every 6 months to 12 months, a new group of people's issue is pushed to the forefront. 12 months, it's been the Mexicans for a little while, but then we jumped on the gays and we made sure the gays got their issues put to the front. Then the white women had their turn with their Me Too movement. When are we going to get back to the black issues? Because, see, anytime black issues come up, they quickly want to change the narrative and find another story to focus on instead of the black story. Every single time. When are y'all going to pay attention and realize that's what's happening? Black boys is being shot in the streets every damn day. They're being permanently taken away from their families. Permanently and purposefully taken away from their families. And none of y'all have nothing to say. All we want to do is talk about these Mexicans, and you got so much empathy. Save yourselves. Stop making it a black issue. Just because you're sympathetic or empathetic towards the issue don't mean it has to be your issue or that you have to speak on it, because they don't speak on your issues. They not marching for your issues. They're not fighting for your issues. A few months ago, it was gun control. We made that an issue with the little white kids down there in Florida. That's their issue. Stop making that a black issue. Was there a couple of black kids who was at that school? Sure there were. But it still was not our issue as a people. That's a white issue. This is a Mexican issue. Leave that shit on them. Let them deal with their own issues. But everybody wants to make everything an American. Oh, I'm an American. You ain't an American when they whooping your ass in the damn street. You're not an American when they dragging your mama out on the side of the damn highway and whooping her ass on national television. None of these Mexicans and white women was marching for that shit. Get real with yourself. Start saving yourself. Stop trying to... You don't have nothing. 98% of the wealth in this country is controlled by white men. You have nothing. So why are you trying to save other people? It's stupid. Save your damn selves. And you want to go save people who is coming over here to compete with you? That's stupid. That is the stupidest thing. That's like you in your yard and a dog is trying to get in your yard and you going to go open the gate so he can bite your ass because you're empathetic to the dog because he was hungry. That's the logic y'all using. Get real with it. Deal with your own issues first. Our time has come. We've been here. We've been fighting it for our issues. So we got to stop letting all these other groups slip in and push it ahead of ours. Stop doing that shit. It's crazy. Then y'all want to get on TV and talk shit about Donald Trump. We know this motherfucker crazy. Why y'all talking about it? We already know. You ain't going to do nothing about it. So why talk about it? We know he crazy. But on this immigration shit, I just happen to agree with him. He right. Send them all back. No other country allows this to happen. You can't sneak into somebody's country illegally and talk about you got rights. You can't do that. Now they shut down those. They're shutting down all those illegal crossing. So now we're talking about asylum now. The asylum thing is being ramped up. It's a game. Don't y'all see it's a game? That's been played before. Hell, Law and Order had an episode of this on TV 20 years ago with the African lady. Same thing. They coach them women to say exactly what they need to say so they can get asylum. My husband is beating me. Oh, the gang's this, the gang's that. It's the same script. But now, again, anytime it's somebody with some light skin, we supposed to have empathy. Every single time. We supposed to have empathy. Stop doing that. Wake up. Wake up. Y'all, I don't understand the craziness. All y'all niggas got on here, swore out OJ was guilty, even though there was no evidence that said OJ was guilty. Can't nobody even give you a theory on how it even happened, how it was even possible for OJ to kill two people, not get a drop of blood on him, and run 5 miles home with his old ass knees. Y'all fell for that, but y'all don't believe Bill Cosby ass is raping these women when he admitted to this shit his damn self. Come on now, where is y'all logic at? Where is y'all logic? Wake up. Stop letting people tell y'all stupid stuff. Wake up. Again, I have all the empathy in the world for those kids, but guess what? If it's as bad as they were saying it was, they are being treated far better than they ever have been, according to their own stories. They watching cable, they getting 3 meals a day, they got shelter. According to them, they didn't have that before. So let the process work. But if you don't want to go through that, then, and if what you have is better than that, then stay where you are. They don't want to do that because they want what you have. They want to take your the little bit of economic success that you have in this country, they want it for themselves. They're not coming over here to work jobs nobody else wants to work. They're taking McDonald's jobs. I was area supervisor for McDonald's for 12 years. I don't remember there ever being a shortage of McDonald's jobs. I don't remember McDonald's not being able to hire anybody. So what jobs are they taking? They ain't out here picking corn and fruits over here in North Carolina. And I'm not saying that's not going on. Hold on. Not saying that's not going on. I'm not saying they're not working those jobs too. But the jobs that they're getting in North Carolina, McDonald's, Burger King, Bojangles, those are jobs your kids can be working. And historically, our kids have worked. Historically, black women have worked those jobs. Being a manager at McDonald's was a prestigious thing in the black community. It was a way for upward mobility. But they shut that down during the last 20 years. And then y'all get horrible customer service from these people, and you don't say a damn thing. But let somebody black not give you enough sauce, you be cussing them and their mama out. But these Hispanics will say any damn thing they want to you at McDonald's, and y'all niggas won't say shit. Let's get real about it. Let's get real about it. I ain't got nothing against them. I wish them all the success in the world. But they can't take what I got. I'm not going to help them do it. They can be successful where they at. Go build up their own country since y'all claim they are such hard workers. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. The most ridiculous thing in my life. There is nobody in this world who has ever worked harder than a black person. It has never happened. But every time some new group of people comes over here and look busy, y'all want to say, oh, they work so hard and they doing this. Hell, if you're getting paid $100 an hour versus what you used to make, you would look busy too. But ain't nobody ever worked harder than a black person. Has not happened. Has not happened. But see, y'all don't know these people that y'all supposedly defending. They used to work for me. I worked side by side with them. I know what it's about. I've known them for 20, 30 years. But y'all play this game. Y'all say the same thing about the Cubans. They came over here in the 70s and the 80s on the backs of civil rights and got what they wanted. They wasn't over here in the beginning. They came over here after. In the late 70s and the 80s and got what they want. And somehow they got reparations. I don't know how that happened, but you better check the laws. That's on the books. That's what was it called? The Cuban Assimilation Fund or something. They got paid. They got paid before y'all did. And then changed the laws in Florida so that way to bar you, y'all black asses, from doing jobs y'all historically worked in Florida. Can't get them no more unless you're bilingual. Where did that happen? Because y'all helped them get over here saying, oh, we want to be empathetic, and they're living in concentration camps and all of that bullshit that y'all was screaming. It's the same story. Now they got over here. They was Democrats, flipped the Republicans after they got their money, and they protecting their wealth from you. So you can't even go get a job in Florida where you historically had jobs. Historically. But all these group of people want to come over here and act like the immigrants built this country. That's bullshit. The country was built when they got here. That Statue of Liberty was already standing when they got here. New York City was a city when they got here. They didn't come through South Carolina and North Carolina and Virginia like us. They didn't put that work in and pave them roads. The closest you're going to get to us is the Asians who worked on the railroads in the Midwest. That's the closest you're going to get to us. And we was there with them. But y'all want to give all of these little these immigrant groups that come over here, that just got over here 100 years ago, or one generation ago, and make it seem like they built this country. They was handed this country on a silver fucking platter. Everything they needed. They was given land, they was given resources, they was given education, they was given food, they was given money, they was given everything. Because white America is constantly looking for new niggers. That's what they're looking for. But there's a reason why they went all the way to Africa to get us to begin with. Because there is no other group of people like us. We are the original people. So they always come back to us. Because they realize these other groups just don't cut it. But y'all the ones that don't realize that. And you don't take yourselves seriously. And you don't invest in yourselves. And y'all talk this nonsense. Oh, black people, oh, slavery fucked us up. And no, slavery did not fuck you up. Civil rights fucked you up. You had your acts together after slavery. What's the first thing the slaves did when they got free? Started marrying their wives and going back to get their families. So stop letting people tell you black men don't want their families and don't want to be with their women. We fought and died for our women and to be with our women. So don't tell us that's what happened. It's nonsense. Y'all just want to let them tell you. And that's, again, white liberal media always wants to try to reshape the story. And now they mad at Donald Trump because he do it better than them. He always rebranding something. But he learned that from the best. He learned that from them. He running their own game on them and they don't like it. But this myth that black men don't want to work and be with their families is a myth. The first 100 years after slavery, we were fighting for our families and fighting to be with our families and build our communities. It wasn't until the 60s rolled around when we lost our minds and wanted to give up the economic stability because you wanted the right to be with white people. Guess what? Guess what? Y'all spent the next 20 years chasing them. So every city that y'all was in, as soon as y'all move into the white neighborhoods, they move further out. I don't care what city you're in, start in the middle, draw a circle, and you can see black people just chasing white people the whole way. Every damn city. New York, New Jersey, Charlotte, Florida, pick a city. Chicago, Detroit, pick a damn city. Stop chasing them. Start building your own communities. As soon as y'all get some money, what y'all want to do? Run right and, I live next to white people. It makes you feel better. And guess what the white people are doing? They're moving back to the hood. They want to be where you are. And where the Mexicans moving when they come over here? To the hood. They want what you got because y'all don't see what y'all have. Pay attention. Stop letting people manipulate you and get on TV and, it's so horrified. I laughed my ass off when Sarah Huckabee Sanders, when they tried to ask her about that shit on TV yesterday, and she ain't even answer them. I laughed my ass off. I wish she had really been ghetto and said, stop fucking asking me that shit. I wish she had said that. But because we ain't got no real black politician, you ain't never gonna hear nobody say that on TV. That's what they need. They would ask me that shit, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. What about the black kids? And that would have shut all of that nonsense down. But she was too polite, y'all. Everybody thinks Sarah Huckabee Sanders is mean and nasty. That girl got a hard job to do. So I respect her gangster on that because they be lying to her and giving all kind of stuff to go out there and say. And she do it every day. So I respect that. But, I mean, on the real. Oh, Sarah, but you're a mother and you got kids. I don't give a fuck about them kids. My kids is good. That was her attitude yesterday, and I loved every minute of it. Because guess what? That's the attitude they got. They saying fuck y'all kids because they're using your taxpayer money to try to come into the damn country. Ain't y'all real paying attention to this? They're using your money to pay for somebody else's kids and take care of other people. They won't do it for your kids. They constantly trying to take money from us. The little bit of money and resources that we have, they're constantly trying to allocate those or reallocate those back to themselves. But y'all don't pay attention. Y'all too worried about having empathy for the Mexicans. Oh, I'm worried about the Mexicans. These Mexicans don't give a shit about you. My Mexican neighbor just had, right across the street, his car just got broken into last week. I caught it on my video camera. Made sure I shared it with the police for him. I ain't have to do nothing. You think he even have the decency to come over here and say thank you? Ain't said a damn word. I'm pretty sure he got that insurance check, though. I ain't want no money from him, but at least, hey, say thank you, man. Something. You didn't have to do that. Something. Nothing. Because they're only concerned about themselves. Stop being concerned about all of these other groups of people. We the only ones to do that. Look at our organizations. Go onto their websites. The Rainbow Coalition or whatever the hell that one is, and the NAACP. Go look at their websites and see what their websites say. We're for the advancement of all people. They all say something to that effect. But now go on, look on the other groups of people, the Koreans, the Mexicans, any other group of people who have come over here from another country to this country. Look on their websites and see what their motto is. They're for the advancement of Mexicans. They're for the advancement of Hispanics. They're for the advancement of Koreans. They're for the advancement of the Hindus or the Indians and everybody else. They are saving themselves. They don't give a fuck about y'all. Stop trying to save other people before you save yourself. You ain't got to look far. All you got to do is come outside some damn time. But y'all only come outside to hop in your cars. You don't even talk to your neighbors. You don't know what's going on. These little girls is out here struggling. They out here sucking and fucking every damn night to pay for a hotel room because ain't no leadership in the community. That's real. That's in Charlotte. That's in New York. That's in Jersey. That's in Chicago. That's in LA. That's in Missouri. Name a city. I guarantee you go to a hotel, you find some little girl that's sucking and fucking to pay for that damn hotel room every night. But y'all worried about Mexicans who is being supported by taxpayer funded money right now. Pay attention to that. But again, y'all want to save everybody else. Stop trying to save everybody else. Pay attention. And they tell you right to their face they don't give a fuck about you. They tell y'all. But you're just too dumb to realize it. Too dumb to realize that. Y'all ain't learned nothing from Trayvon Martin. Y'all ain't learned nothing from that case. No, y'all didn't, because right after Trayvon Martin, it was Jordan Davis. Y'all forgot about that. Didn't his mama just run for damn a senator or something and won down there in Georgia? See, y'all got slow memories. Y'all got short-term memories. That boy was shot dead at a gas station because his music was too high. And then the man took off running. Now, do I got to remind y'all of this story? I probably do, because most of y'all were focused on that girl from Georgia who got 20 years for following, quote unquote, the warning shot. She was trying to shoot at that damn boy. The bullet was 6 inches over his son's head. That ain't no warning shot. She just didn't know how to shoot. She almost killed that man's son. She was supposed to go to jail, but y'all was worried about that. No, it wasn't Lucy Bath. It was, I forget. It wasn't Lucy Bath. I forget that girl from Georgia that fired that warning shot. No, was she in Georgia? She wasn't in Georgia. She was in Florida. She was in Florida too. It wasn't Lucy Bath. It was another one. I can't remember the name. I know it when I see it, but it wasn't Lucy Bath. She was a real pretty girl. You know, yeah, of course they dressed up on TV and whatever. Oh yeah, Lucy Bath is the boy's mama, because the boy's name was Jordan Davis, right? So his mama had a different name. So Lucy Bath was the mama. Is that right? Come on, you know I can't damn see. Hurry up. Okay, yeah, okay, good. You know I can't see. I'm trying to read that little head shit. But exactly. But they forget. They got short-term memory. They don't even know that woman's story outside of Georgia. They don't know her story. It's too many of them. That shit happened right after Trayvon Martin. I know. I made the t-shirts for it. I was making t-shirts every month for a different person who was getting killed. The girl in Chicago who got shot by the cop. It was another one that was in Louisiana who died in the jail or whatever. She was telling them she was having some kind of pains and they didn't believe her, and they handcuffed her ass. The next thing you know, she was dead. And they had nothing to say. This happens every day. Marissa Alexander, exactly. That's the girl that was in Florida that supposedly it was the warning shot. Her ass did that shit. And they tried to let her off with a plea deal for 2 years. They gave her a plea deal for 2 years. And basically, it would have been time served at that point, because she had already been locked up for like a year and a half. So they was going to give her time served. She didn't want to do it because the white liberal media and the black liberals got on the bandwagon after the Trayvon Martin thing and tried to say, oh, this was stand your ground. And they tried to make it a racial thing. It wasn't a racial thing. Her black ass should have been locked up because she tried to kill that man. And she almost killed his son in the process. I remember the prosecutor was the DA was the same DA who tried to prosecute Zimmerman. It was the same DA. And she went on the Shark Show and said, hey, I tried to give her a deal. But if you look at the evidence, she did it. They both had restraining orders against, the baby daddy had a restraining order against her. She had a restraining order against him. And actually at the time of the shooting, she was in violation of the restraining order that he put on her. That's what happened. Yeah, he had a restraining order on her. She went to his house. It wasn't her house, it was his house where he lived when she wasn't supposed to be over there. Trying to, basically, and we all know people, I ain't gonna just say black women, but we know black people who like to play police games in their relationships. And that's what they was doing. They was going back and forth playing damn police games with each other, and they got caught up. And when they threatened to prosecute his ass, he started snitching on her, like, nah, look, this is what happened. And he told everything on her ass. That's what happened. But she wasn't supposed to be over there to begin with. Marissa Alexander. But Reverend Sharpton and all the rest of them, they put that national attention on her, and they tried to reshape the story to fit what they wanted it to be, which was some kind of domestic violence and self-defense, and that wasn't even her story. She was just some old black chick that liked to play police games with her boyfriend, and she was going back and forth. She pulled that gun out on that man, and the gun went off, and it was, when they measured it, the son was something like, he was like my height. The son was like 5'8". The bullet was 6 inches over his head where he was standing. The original story was she shot it into the roof in the garage as a warning shot. That's not what happened. When the prosecutor got out there with the official report, it was a warning shot. It was 6 inches over his head in the wall. So the father and the son were standing up against the wall, and she shot at him. She was supposed to go to jail. But y'all let these liberal white media, we not liberals. I don't know why black people always think we're liberals just because white people say we're liberals. Black people are historically moderates. In some way, in some things, in some issues, we're conservative. In some issues, we're moderate. In some issues, we're liberal. But we're not generally liberal people overall. But we let people tell us stupid things. Just like the lady, I saw that going, they trying to make that, I forget her name, the older black lady. She was on stage with Dyson and some of the other black quote unquote leaders, and she was talking about where we went wrong, and we went wrong when they stopped letting us discipline our kids. And that's absolutely correct. So now these kids is running around feeling like they ain't got to be scared of nobody, and the parents are scared of every damn body. That's the truth. But that comes from liberals. Because I know conservative white people, they whoop their kids' ass. They don't play that shit. But that's the last 20 or 30 years, I say 20 years, this whole timeout movement, that's why you got these kids shooting up damn schools. Because you put them in damn timeout, and they go in timeout and go build bombs and go order guns and shit. Because they don't want to watch their own kids. See, historically, they didn't watch their own kids. The black woman watched the kids for them. So now they're not used to filling that role where they actually got to be parents. So they come up with time out. So they put their kids in time out. And that means get out my damn face and go do something so I don't see you. That's what time out means. So they go do that, and the kids is getting crazy. But again, that's not an American issue. That's a white boy issue. Because when you hold up the whole list of all of these school shooters, these big school shootings that been going on, they all white. They all young white boys. All of them, except for the one from Virginia Tech, and he was an Asian dude, but he grew up in the white culture. So if it was an American issue, you see girls doing it, you see black kids doing it, you see other groups of people shooting up schools. It's only these little white kids that's shooting up schools. So deal with that issue. It ain't gun control. We ain't got no guns. So what the hell? Why are we trying to control guns when we ain't got none? Go buy some guns. That's what you need to do. Go buy some guns, and then we can talk about gun control. Because if you ain't a gun owner, what the hell are you controlling? You can't control something that you're not a part of. If you want to be a part of something or you want to control something, you need to be a part of it. You can't control something from outside. You have to be a part of the system and work within the system. But that's what we don't want to do. We want to scream, oh, Constitution and rights, and I'm this and that, and this is my right. You got a right to bear arms. I suggest you do it. You got a right to have a library card. I suggest you do it. You got a right to vote. I suggest you do it. Start exercising your rights before you start trying to take them from other people. Because them people will kill you over them damn guns. Because guess what? It ain't democracy that changed the world. Guns changed the world. They didn't come over here with democracy. Democracy came later. They came over here with guns. They went around the world colonizing the world with guns, not democracy. So y'all better get hip to it. And they know better than anybody. White people know better than anybody. If you got the guns, they can't make you do nothing. Okay? Or they're going to have a tough time trying to make you do something. Actually, it ain't never happened yet. Whoever got the most guns wins. That's America. That's the world right now. Why you think they over there in North Korea talking to him? Because he got weapons too. Trump just admitted that shit on TV. They asked him, well, why you over there talking to him? Because I don't want a nuclear weapon coming into your damn yard. That's what he said. He told the truth on himself. That's why they over there talking to that man. Why didn't you talk to him about the human rights violations and this and that? Because I don't want a nuclear weapon coming to your house. That was his answer. He told y'all the truth. Y'all always talk about Donald Trump be lying. You better listen to what the hell he's saying to you. He telling you what's up. I don't want them motherfuckers shooting at us. That's why I'm over there playing nice with them. Because the North Koreans are smart. They know the game. They ain't giving up no nuclear weapons. They seen what happened in Japan after damn Pearl Harbor. They already know what America's capable of. They not fucking with that. But they gonna keep their nuclear weapons though. They ain't giving none of them up. At most, I'm a predictor. At most, what may happen is, and I'm gonna make a prediction. North Korea in my lifetime is never gonna give up their nuclear weapons. It's not gonna happen. It's not going to happen. If it happens, I will get Donald Trump's face tattooed on my fucking arm. I guarantee it will not happen. I'll get Donald Trump. I'll get Donald Trump, Dennis Rodman, and Kim Jong-un all on one arm and shit if it ever happens. I know this shit ain't gonna happen. Okay? At most, what's gonna happen is he gonna let somebody peek. He gonna let y'all get a peek. Because everybody that done gave up their weapons is dead now. Okay? Didn't that happen to Gaddafi or whatever? Didn't they give up his shit? Ain't he dead? Kim Jong-un ain't stupid. They ain't giving up. Castro ain't give up his shit either. He told them straight up back in the 70s, fuck with me and Florida is gone. I will blow Miami off the map. So they understand that. So any of these dictators and regimes, as they call them, who want to aspire and be more than what they are, they know they got to get nuclear weapons. That's what Iran tried to do. Now they think they've curtailed Iran. Iran ain't where Korea is. Korea ain't playing. But that man told you what was up. Pay attention to what he said. The reporter asked him this morning, why you don't care? Why aren't you concerned, Mr. President Trump? Why aren't you concerned about the horrific morality of this regime, and why aren't you addressing those issues? He said, look, do you want a nuclear weapon in your yard? Do you want motherfuckers shooting at us? He told y'all. Pay attention. Y'all think he crazy? He ain't that crazy. He know what he can say. He told you what he was going to do before he even became president. He said he would be able to go on TV and say whatever the fuck he wants to say, and they're still going to follow him. He told you that. That's why he chose the Republican Party. So why is everybody horrified that he's doing exactly what he said he was going to do? I don't agree with the man on everything. I don't. But you got to respect this gangster, because he just don't. I thought George Bush didn't give a fuck. He really don't give a fuck. But we got to start doing as black people what other groups of people do. Right now, the Christian evangelicals, all of these Christians, They don't give a shit what Donald Trump is doing because he's putting all of those judges, those federal judges, in line and appointing them in office so that where their point of view can be addressed. That's all they care about, because that's going to last forever. Those federal judges, those are lifetime appointments. So they're going to deal with Donald Trump for 4 years, 8 years. Hey, we're going to dance with the devil for 4 years, 8 years. And then, but guess what? We got these federal judges in place after that. They're going to be in office for what, 60 years? Some of them, 50 years? So they're looking at like, hey, we're going to get 50 years of good versus 8 years of bad. That's what we rocking with. We gonna follow him, or we just ain't gonna say nothing about what he doing. We gonna look the other way. Black people better start looking the other way, okay? Because one of the biggest issues that's affecting our community is Mexican immigration. I'm sorry, it's not been positive for the black community. They're coming over here to compete with you, and you don't own nothing. You only own 0.05% of this country's wealth, and they want it. They want it. They're not coming over here to be your friend. They're coming over here to take what you got. Pay attention. That's what they're doing. Pay attention. So, if I got to rock with Donald Trump to get that, to make that stop, so be it. Because, hey, I tried to fuck with Barack. But what Barack did, as soon as we got his ass elected the first time, what did he do? He ran straight over there to the Mexicans and started to solve their issue. Then we thought he learned his lesson the second election, which he didn't. Because immediately after the second election, he did the same exact thing. He started focusing on DACA and every damn thing else. What did Barack do specifically for the benefit of a black person? Nothing. He was a good president. As presidents go, he did a lot. Barack did a lot as far as American presidents go. As far as a black man looking out for black people, he didn't do shit. That's the difference. Yeah, and he started looking out for the LBGT. Right, he got them in there too. Because that's what, white liberal shit. That's what he started focusing on. He ain't do no prison reform. So if we can get prison reform done and get immigration fixed with Trump, I'm rocking with him. Because that's all I care about. I don't care about none of the crazy other shit. Did he give tax cuts to the rich? Yeah, they've been doing that for hundreds of years. They've been giving white people money. We can't fix everything at once. But if we can get some of this shit fixed, you better start focusing on them one or two issues. But y'all want to save everybody. Y'all want to save everybody. You want to say the gays, the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans. Oh, it's not even talking about them. That's fucked up what happened to them. Y'all don't want to talk about that. With the empathy for the Puerto Ricans. Hell, they're Americans. Where the empathy for them at? What about their kids? Y'all, and don't nobody care about their kids? No, we ain't got empathy for the Puerto Ricans, huh? Too funny. Pay attention. Y'all don't want to pay attention. And then as soon as you start talking to black people and pointing out the hypocrisy to a black person, the first damn thing they start doing is, oh, I'm a Christian. Oh, somebody told me today they were born a Christian. The fuck you were? No, nigga, you were made a Christian. You weren't born a Christian. You were born a black person. You chose to become a Christian. Actually, you didn't even choose. They chose for you to be a Christian. That was decided for you. And that's fine and dandy. That's cool. You want to be a Christian, so be it. But you still got to save your damn self. You can't be saving everybody else, even as a Christian. So as a Christian, how do you say, oh, it's more important for me to go focus on what's going on down there at the Texas border than what's happening right in your own city, here in Charlotte? All you got to do is go down to the transit. Go down to the bus stop and see what's going on. Go to any damn hotel or motel in this city and see what's going on. Where your empathy at? Go downtown to Trade and Tryon, the center of the city. Go down there and see the homeless people sleeping outside of the Bank of America corporate plaza every day. See that. and then come back and tell me you still got so much empathy, and that's fine. You could be empathetic. That don't mean you gotta act on it. You ain't gotta go act because you feel in a certain kind of way. But y'all letting these liberals, these white liberals, get y'all in y'all feelings. Where is all of their empathy when these black kids is being snatched away from their families? Cause y'all act like the prison industrial complex is fake. Y'all act like these court fines that they slapping black people with every day to keep them down is fake. I got arrested in front of my children over a court fine that I had already paid. They put it under the wrong name. Johnson Jr. instead of Johnson Space Jr. They came to my house and arrested me in front of my 4 kids and took my ass to jail. I couldn't get a bond, which the judge knew because when he issued the warrant, it was $2,000 cash. So what is that? Why did he set that number? Why did he pick that number? The fine was only $236. Why did he make my bond $2,000? Because he wanted to be able to slap me with some court costs, which he did. So now I got to pay court costs, even though they made the mistake. I still had to pay the court costs. Still had to do it. I spent a week in jail. Lost my job. But we don't want to talk about my kids having to watch their father, who has no criminal record, college educated, published author, published photographer, get arrested for no goddamn reason during dinner and handcuffed. We don't want to talk about that. I'm an American citizen. I pay my damn taxes. They ain't give a fuck. They put me in the handcuffs. Mr. Johnson, get your ass in the back of that car. 2000, I was in court and the man was just, y'all don't believe me, this happens every day. Go sit in traffic court in Concord, North Carolina, or any of these little towns, but particularly Concord, North Carolina. The population in Concord, North Carolina is like, what, 10 or 15% black? 90% white? So how, when you go to court, are 90% of the people in court black? How is that possible? It's by design. That's not an accident. You can't tell me, oh, black people just can't drive and all the white people can. They're targeting you specifically so they can get you wrapped up in court. And if you don't go to court, it's a $2,000 cash bond. He issuing them like it was bubble gum. The average American, they say this on TV all day, the average American only has $400 in savings. Or less than $400 in savings. So why would he give me a $2,000 cash bond? That means I can't even go get a bond from a bondsman because it's cash only. I would have had to put up $2,000. Why do I have to put up $2,000? Why would I have to put up $2,000 on a $200 fine that I didn't even know nothing about? They didn't even give me a chance to say, hey, here's the receipt where we paid this shit. They ain't give a fuck. No, you gotta wait till you go to court. That's what the cops told me. Put me in them handcuffs and put me in the back of that car. I was living in another town, in another county. Concord is in another town, is another city in another county. I was in Alma, which is Stanley County. They didn't care. They sent that cop, again, taxpayer money, to protect and serve, right? Or serve and protect, or whatever the way you say it. What they're doing is they're serving the economic system and they're protecting the economic system. That's what they're doing. They're protecting the fine factory. That's what it is. It's just a fine factory. And the police departments are just ticket factories. They're not out here solving crimes. They're out here looking for reasons to write tickets on people. That's what they're doing, particularly poor black people and poor white people and poor Hispanic people. Because they know we can't fight it. So we're more likely not to get a lawyer and to go just pay it. Because we're trying to go back to work. That's what it's by design. But y'all out here worried. This is happening every day. Have some empathy for my kids having to see their father get arrested. Having to be separated from their father. Have some empathy for that. I don't give a fuck about the Mexicans. I'm sorry. I don't know if y'all can hear me, but my phone looked like it just died on me. Let me go plug it up.